this film itself, there's so many great stories that are come out today and documentaries about the truth of the times too. What was it about specifically this story, if I can ask the director, that was something that you know really grabbed you the most? What was something that's shown to you with this story when we see so many great stories coming out today about the same subject sometimes?
Okay, well, I grew up in the deep South. I'm actually from Montgomery, Alabama. I mean, we lived in other places in the South, the Panhandle of Florida and Mississippi, and I grew up in the. I was born into the old South, so I grew up in it, and once I left it, and once you know, I had a change of heart and a change of mind about everything. Um, I always wanted to do something about that period and have something that I could say about that moment in time, and that place. And Bob Zellner's story gave me a lot of ability to say the things, the sort of things I wanted to say, and to do a film that was inspiring people to reevaluate, and inspiring people to basically do the right thing.
And Cedric, your character is someone who understands the people who are trying to be on their side, but the risk they're taking as well. Did you understand? When you read into the script and you looked at maybe some of the things of the time, did you actually know yourself how much risk some of them were taking, even if it was as simple as talking to someone on the sidewalk or things like that too in that area?
Of course, I think that of course, in reading the script and understanding in any of the kind of historical recollections we all have of that time, you knew that making a choice to be with people fighting for their rights is going to be a choice that's going to put you in harm's way, and that's even to this day. So you see that from the people who stand up against George Floyd or Breonna Taylor. They find themselves in the middle of being on the wrong, supposedly on the opposing side of what is right when you're standing up for something that you see is so egregiously wrong. And so, for for Bob at that time being a young man, being a college age man, that's really just really in his intent, just going there to educate and write the story and tell the story from a just from a point of view. He's not really trying to actually be in the fight. That's why that great line that Rosa Parks tells him that one day you'll have to decide, and not deciding is a decision, right? So I think that is very prevalent today on all the many issues that we deal with, and you see it even all the way up into the highest levels of our government right now, where one you just basically got to pick a side, man, and then and you're gonna have to ride with that.
But also, Cedric was playing a character who was so in the midst of this movement that he could have a certain amount of gallows humor about it. I mean, when Bob says to him about the police that have surrounded the church, they can't arrest us. He goes, son, you know, the Montgomery police may not do many things very well, but arresting white boys or going to black churches, they do extremely well. It's gallows humor.
And Bear, if I can ask, how did this cast come together? Find the right people to match not only the tone but the time.
Well, actually, the cast came together very quickly. I mean, 6 weeks into going into production, we actually had everybody who we had, and actually for various reasons had dropped out. So it was a scramble to come up with people. But we ended up with an incredible cast. Julie Ormond to play, Virginia Durr, and Brian Dennehy to play the grandfather, and Lucas Till to play Bob, and Cedric Entertainer to play Reverend Ralph Abernathy. I mean, for me, it was like a dream cast. I mean,
Fantastic.
the film actually has great performances throughout, and Lucy Hale to play the girlfriend, and Lex to play sort of the new romantic interest.
Fantastic. Well, I will thank you very much. I very much enjoyed watching this film, and as well as the fact that learning about someone new and following along. I love biographies and autobiographies, and the real people who make the history are always the people who are the most interesting to me, not the huge people on the pedestal, but they started out as real people as well, you know, and so those are the things that matter.
Yeah.
So I thank you very much, and I hope you both have a great day.